Chapter 24, Author's Note. Preps, stop flamin' Destroy, you're just jealous, so fuck you, okay? Go to hell! 1-1, Raven, Fangs for de hell. Well, we had deviation next, so I got to ask Professor Trevelry about the visions. Konnichiwa everyone, come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. She smelled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long, dead, black hair with bloody red tips and red eyes. Her mom was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks it in everything. She and Bull Uddy, Mary, get along great. She's really young for a teacher. Today, she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and a long gothic black ribbed dress. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I raised my hand. I was wearing some black nail polish with red pentagrams on it. What is it, Ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where'd you get it? Hot Topic? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know what Hot Topic was gave me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it? How about now? She asked. Okay, I said. Okay, class, fucking dismissed everyone, Professor Trevelry said, and she let everyone go. Except for you, Brittany. She pointed at Brittany and some other peeps. Please do exercise 1 on page 3. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried it's Draco Gong to die. Well, she gave me a black crypt doll ball to look in. I looked at it. What do you see? She said. I said I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy, wearing a black leather facet, a black goth Linkin Park t-shirt, and black Congress shoes. Okay, you can go now. See ya, cunt, said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together and I was so exhibited. Chapter 25. Author's Note. Stop flaming, okay? If you don't, then I'll tell Justin to bet you up. 1111. And I'll tell all the nerds to put viruses in your computer. It's supposed to say viruses, but it's spelled V-R-T-U-Z. Virtus in your computer. Fuck you. 1. Raven Fangs for the help. 1. I was so excited. I followed Draco, wondering if we were going to do it again. We went outside, and then we went into Draco's black car. Ebony, what the fuck did Professor Trevelry say? Whispered Draco, potting his gothic wit hand into a black nail polish on mine. She told me she would tell me what the visions meant tomorrow, I grumbled in a sexy voice. He took out a heroin cabaret and spiked it and gave it to me to spork. He started to fly the car into a tree. We went to the top of it. Draco put on some MCR. And all the things that you never ever told me and all the smiles that are ever gonna haunt me, sang Gerard's sexy voice. We started tiling each other's clothes fervently. He took off my black thong and my black leather bar. I took off his black boxers. Then he put his throbbing you-know-what into my tool sexily. Yet again, she refers to her private parts as a tool. I think Ebony is trans. OMFG, Draco, I screamed, having an orgasm. We started Frenching passively. Suddenly, I fell asleep. I started having a dream. In it, a black guy was shooting 2 gothic men with long black hair. No, please don't fucking kill us, 1. They pleaded, but he just kept shooting them. He ran away in a red car. No, oh my fucking god, 1-1, I shouted in a scared voice. Ebony, what's wrong? Draco asked me as I woke up, opening my icy blue eyes. I started to cry and tears of blood went down my face. I told Draco to call Vampire. He did it with his black Linkin Park mobile. But the worst thing was who the people were shot in the dream were. Lucian and Sirius. Chapter 26. Author's Note. Preps, stop flaming the story, okay? 1. If you do not like the story, then go fuck yourself, you fucking prep. You suck. Oh, why? And I wasn't being racist, okay? I guess she's saying because the man with the gun was black. A few mutates later, Vampire came to the tree. He was wearing a black leather Jackson, black leather pants, and a good crawlote t-shirt. Hi, Vampire, I said flirtily as I started to sob. Please. And then what'd that dick do? It looks so fat. Draco hugged me sexily, triumphed to comfort me. I started to cry tears of blood and then told them what happened. Oh, fuck it, Vampire shouted angrily. He started to cry sadly. What fucking dick did that? I don't know, I said. Now come on, we have to tell Dumbledore. That's the one time it's been spelled correctly so far. We ran out of the tree and into the castle. Dumbledore was sitting in his office. Sire, our dads have been shot, Draco said while we whipped some tears from his white face. Eneby had a vision in a dream. Odra started to cockle. Ha 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 ha. And how do you expect me to know Ebony's not divisional? I glared at Dumbledore. Look, motherfucker, he said angrily as Dumbledore gasped. See, is that too of character? You know very well that I'm not decisional. Now get some fucking people out there to look for Sirius and Lucian. Pornto. Okay, he said in an intimidated voice. Where are they? I thought about it. Then, all of a sudden, long dawn. I said. I told him which street. He went and called some people and did some stuff. After a few mistunes, he came back and said people were going out looking for them. After a while, someone called him again. He said that they had been found. Draco, Vampire, and I all left to our rooms together. I went with Draco to wait in the nurse's office, while Vampire went to slit his wrists in his room. We looked at each other's gothic, derperest eyes. Then we kissed. Suddenly, Sirius and Lucian came in on stretchers, and Professor Sinister was behind them. Chapter 27. Author's note. You know what, 111? I don't give a fuck what you preps think about me, 1111. So stop flaming the fucking story, bitches, 1111. Thanks for Raven for your love and sport and help. I love you, girl sauce. I caught an update, lol. I was really depressed and I sold my wrist. I had to go to the hospital. Raven, you rock, girl. Everyone in the room stated to cry happily. I had saved them. Draco, Lucian, Sirius, Bond, Vampire all came to hug me. The nurse started to give them medicine. Come on, Eneby, said Professor Sinatra. She was wearing a gothic black leader dress with a corset top and real vampire blood on it and fucking black platinum boots. I have to tell you the fucking perdition. I looked at Lucian, Seraphs, Drake, and Vampire. They nodded. I smelled happily and went to a dark room. I had changed. Professor Sinister took out some black cards. She started to look into a black crucible ball. She said, Tara, I see Drac times are near. She said badly. She peered into the balls. You see, you must go back in time. She took out a time toner like Bull Eddie Mary had. When Voldemort was in Hogwarts, before he became powerful, he got his hearth broken. Now, do you think he would still become Voldemort if he was in love? I shook my head. You must go back in time and seduce him. It is the only way. If he is still evil, then you must kill him. You can come to my room tomorrow and you can do it. Okay, I said sadly. We did death's touch sin. I went outside again sadly. What fucking happened? Asked Draco and Vampire. Yeah, what happened? Asked Darkness Willow and Boldy Mary. I was about to tell them, but everyone was there. They were celebrating Lucian and Sirius being found. Everyone's proud of me, but I just wanted to talk to Draco. They were cheesing my name, and some reporters were there trying to interview Dumbledore. A banner was put up. Lots of fucking preps were there, obviously trying to be gothic, wearing the him sign on their hands, despite them not having actually heard of him. Even Mr. Norris looked happy. A black and red cake had been brought out. Crab and Goik set up some fireworks in the shape of skulls from Wesley's Wizard Wises. I put on my invisibility cloak with Vampire and Draco, and we sneaked outside together. Chapter 28. Author's note. I said stop flaming the story. It was a mistake when Professor Rellery said that, okay? Go to fucking hell. You suck. Thanks to Philly for the help. Raven, have fun with Kiwi. We went into a black room. The walls were black with portraits of gothic bands like MCR, GC, and Marlon Mason all over them. A big black coffin was in the middle. Red velvet lined the black box. There were 3 chairs made of bones with real skulls in them. I was wearing a black corset bar with purple stuff on it, fishnet suckings, and a black leather thong underneath. I sat down one of the chairs dispersedly. So did Draco and Vampire. Are you okay? Vampire asked, putting his alabaster hand on mine. He was wearing black nail polish. I was wearing black nail polish with red crosses on it. Yeah, I guess, I said sadly. Draco also put his hand on mine sexily. I smiled sadly with my black lipstick. The problem is, I have to seduce Voldemort. I'll have to go back in time. Draco started to cry sadly. Vampire hugged him. It's okay, Ebony, he said. But what about me? You're not gonna break up or anything, are you? Of course not, I gasped. Really, he said? Sure, I said. We Frenched sexily. Vampire looked at us longingly. Do they have a threesome? Then I took off Draco's MCR shrift and seductively took off his pants. He was hung like a stellone. He had replaced the vampire tooth that said Ebony on it. Black roses were around it. I gasped. He looked exactly like Gerard Way. Vampire took a video camera. I had said it was okay before. I took off my clothes, then we were for rid of our lift. We started Frenching as we climbed into the coffin. He put his Spock in my you-know-what, and passively we did it. I love you, Ebony. Oh, let me feel you. I need to feel you, he screamed as we got an orgasm. We watched Vampire filmed everything perfectly. Suddenly, what the fuck are you doing? It was Snope and Professor McGoggle, 111. Chapter 29. Author's note. Sots the fuck up, 11. You're just jealous cause your preps, so fuck you. 1111. Raven, you rock, girl. Fangs, for the help. MCR rock 666. Exclamation point 1111111111. Oh my Satan one, we screamed as we jammed out the coffin. Snap and Professor McGonagall started to shoot at us angrily. Come now, one. Preacher McGonagall yielded. We did guiltily. We left the room, putting on our clothes. Snoop garbed the caramel and put it in his pocket. Hey, what the fuck? 111 Vampire shooted angrily. Yeah, Buster, what the fuck are you going to do with the fucking camera? Draco demanded, all protective, looking at me longingly with his gothic red eyes. Look, Dumble whore knows your little secret. If you do this again, then you'll go to St. Mango's. So give back the camera, 1111. Ha 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 ha, the mystery of magic thinks he is crazy. There is no way they will believe him. Snoop laughed meanly. Yes, so shut your maputh, you insolent fools, yelled Professor McGoggle. She made us come into a weird room with white stones all around it. There were all these weird tools in it. Draco started to cry all sexy and sexative. Get it? Because he's a sex bomb? LOL, Tom felt not rules for life, but not as much as Gerard. Your sex on legs. I love you, you fucking rock. Marry me, 111. I started to cry tears of blood. It happens in Vampire Chronicles. Raven said so. Okay, so fuck you. 1. Vampire took out a black handkerchief and started to wipe my red eyes. And then he and Snoop both took out guns using magic. They started to shoot each other angrily. None of the ballots got on each other yet. I took out my wand. Crocio, I shouted. Snap started to scram. He dropped the gun, but it was too late. Both of them had run out of ballets. I stopped the curse. Professor McGoogle did a spell so that we were all chained up. She took out a box of tools. Then she said, okay, Cerberus, I'm going to go now. She left. Snap started to laugh evilly. Vampire started to cry. It's okay, Annabee, said Draco. Evergreen will be alright. Remember the video you took of Snake? Snape laughed again. And then he took out some whips. One. Chapter 30. Author's note. Stop flaming the story, okay? You don't know what's even gonna happen, okay? 1111. So, full you, 111. If you flam, you will be a prep, so all flamers can kiss my ass, 111. Saws for saying Alzheimer's is dangerous, but that's the mysteries opinion, cause society basically sucks. Thanks to Raven, you rock bish, 111. No, 1-1, we screamed sadly. Snap stated, loafing meanly. He took out a camera angrily. Then he came towards Darko 1. He took some stones out of his pocket. He put the stones around Draco and lit a candle. What the fuck are you doing? I shouted angrily. Snoop laughed meanly. He pulled down his pants. I gasped. There was a dork mark on his you-know-what, 1-1. He waved his wand and a knife came. He gave the knife to me. You must stab Vampire, he said to me. If you don't, then I'll rap Draco 1. No, you fucking bastard 1, I yielded. But then Draco looked at me sadly with his evil gothic red eyes that looked so depressant and sexy. He looked exactly like a pentagram. LOL, get it? Because I'm a Satanist. Between Kurt Cobain and Gerard. But then I looked at Vampire and he looked so smexy too with his gothic black hair. I thought of the time when we screwed and the time I did it with Draco and Dumbledore came and the time where Draco almost committed suicide and Vampire was so sportive. Snipe laughed angrily. He started to prey on to Voxamort. He started to do an incapacitation, dancing around the Stokes whipping Draco and Vampire. Suddenly I had an idea. I closed my eyes and used my vampire powers. I sent a telepathic message to Draco and Vampire so they would destruct Snape. Dumbledore will get you, Draco shouted. Yeah, just wait up till the mystery find out what one, Vampire yelled. Meanwhile, I took out my wand. You ridiculous Donderhead 111, Snoopy yielded. He took off all Draco's clothes, just as he was about to rape him. Crucio, I shitted, pointed my wound. Snoop screamed and started running around the room screaming. Meanwhile, I grabbed my black mobile and sent a text to Sirius. I stopped doing Crucio. You Dunderhead 111, I'm going to kill... Shooted Snape, but suddenly Cerberus came. Snake put the whip behind his back. Oh, hello, Sev. I was just teaching them something, he lied. But suddenly, Lucian and Professor Trevelry came into the room, and they and Sirius unlocked the chains and put them around Snap. Then Professor Trevelry said, Come on, Ebony, let's go. Chapter 31. Author's note. I said, shut the fuck up, you queefs. 111, stop calling Ebony a Mary Sue, okay? You don't even know what's going to happen, okay? So fuck you, 1111. Thanks to my BFF Raven for D-help, 1111. I always knew you were on Voldemort's side, you son of a bitka. Buffy rocks, 111. Sirius said to Snape. No, I'm not. I was teaching them something, one Snake clammed. Oh, fucking yeah? I took some black Voldemort serum out of my pocket and gave it to Cerberus. He made Snap drink it. I did angrily. Then Lucius took out a tape recorder and started playing it while he did curses on Snap. Then Professor Sinister and Lucian made us get out with them while Snape told his secrets. Lucian took Vampire and Draco to the nurse after thanking me a million times. Professor Trevelry took me to a dark room. Now I was going to go back in time to seduce Voldemort. Moving posters of MCR and Nirvana were all over. Hermione, Darkness, and Willow came too. Bloody Mary gave me a black bag from Tom Ridd's store. What's in the bag? I asked Professor Trevelry. You will see, she said. I opened the bag. In it was a sexy, tight, low-smut, black leather gothic dress. It had red corset stuff, and there was a silt up the leg. I put it on. My friends helped me put on black fishnets and black pointy boots Willow had chosen. Willow and Darkness helped me put on black eyeliner and blood red lipstick. You look fucking kawaii, bitch, Bloody Mary said. Fangs, I said. Okay, now we're going to go back in Tim, said Professor Sinister. You will have to do it in a few sessions. She gave me a black gun. I put it in a strap on my fishnets like in Red is Net Evil. Then she gave me a black time tuner. After an hour, you used a time turner to go back here, Professor Trevelry said. Then she and Bull Eddie Mary put a pensive in front of me. Everyone went in front of it. Good luck, everyone shouted. Darkness and Willow gave me Death's Touch Sin. Then I jumped sexily into the pensive. Suddenly I was in front of test school. In front of me was one of the sexiest goth guys I had ever seen. He was wearing long black hair, kind of like Mikey Way, only black. He had gren eyes like Billy Joel Armstrong and pale wit skin. He was wearing a black ripped-up suit with Vans. It was Tom Bombadil. Who the fuck is that supposed to be? Chapter 32. Author's note. I said stop flaming. I know his name isn't Tom Bodil. That was a mistake. One. If you don't like this story, then you can go screw yourself. You suck. Hi, I said flirtily. I'm Anna B. Way, the new student. I shock my pale hands with their black nail polish with him. The name's Tom, he said, but you can call me Satan. That's my middle name. We shock hands. Well, come on, we have to go upstairs, Satan said. I followed him. Hey, Satan, do you happen to be a fan of Grendel? Since MCR and Evanescence don't exist yet, Den, I asked. Oh my fucking god, how did you know? Satan gasped. Actually, I like GC a lot too. Get it? Because GC did that song, I Just Wanna Live. That sounded really 80s. OMG, me too, I replied happily. Guess what? They have a concert in Hogsmeade. Satan whispered. Hogsmeade? I asked. Yeah, that's what they used to call it in the time before it became Hogsmeade in 2000, he told me secretively. And there's a really cool shop called Hot Topic, I finished, happy again. He frowned confusedly. No, it's called Hot Issue. He smiled skirtively again. Then in 1998, they changed it to Hot Topic. He moaned. Oh, now everything was making sense for me. So, is Dumbledore your prince pill? I shouted. Uh-huh. He looked at his black nails. I'm in Slytherin. I love how the person she went back in time to meet knows what things will be called in the future. OMFD, shme too, I shried dead. You go to this school? Get it, because I'm Gothic? He asked. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm new, I smelled happily. Suddenly, Dumbledore flew in on his broomstick and started shredding at us angrily. No talking in the halls. He had short blonde hair and was wearing a polo shirt from American Ogle outfit afters. Stupid goths. Satan rolled his eyes. His so mean to us goths and punks just because we're in Slytherin and we're not preps. I turned around angrily. Actually, I think maybe it's because you're Embark Lord. What, WTF? He asked angrily. Oh, nothing, I said sweetly. Then suddenly, the floor opened. OMFG, no, I screamed as I fell down. Everyone looked at me weirdly. Hey, where you going? Satan asked as I fell. I got out of the hole and it was back in the pensive in Professor Trevor's classroom. Dumbledore was there. Dumbledore, I think I just met you, I said. Oh yeah, I remember that, Dumbledore said, trying to be all gothic. Sinister came in. Hey, this is my classroom. Wait, WTF? Ebony, what the hell are you doing? I looked at her. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What the hell? How? I screamed, forgetting she was a teacher for a second, but she's a goth, so it's okay. Professor Sinister looked sad. I was drinking Voldemort serum. She started to cry back, black tears of depression. Dumbledore didn't know about them. Hey, are you crying tears of blood? He asked curiously. Touching a tear. Fuck off, we both said, and Dumbledore took his hand away. Professor Sinister started crying again in her chair, sobbing limpid tears. OMFG, Ebony, I think I'm addicted to Voldemort serum. Author's note, see you fucking preps go fuck yourselves. That's serious issues. Go to hell. Chapter 33. Author's note. I said shut up. It's not my fault, okay? If you don't like this story, then you're a prep, so fuck you, flamers. P.S. I'm not updating up till you give me 5 God reviews. And this time I meant it. You suck. Thanks, Raven, for help. I'll promise to help you with your story, LOL's one. Oh my fucking god, one, I shooted sadly. Should we get you 2 St. Magnas, bitch? Hell no, she said. Listen, Edgar G, I need your help. Next time you go back in time, do you think you could ask Tom Dorson for some help? Sure, I said sadly. I went outside the door. Draco was there, 111. He was wearing a big black GC t-shirt, which was his Panama's. Hey, sexy, I said. How'd it go, Ebony? He asked, and his voice was so sexy and low, kind of like Gerard Way when he's talking. Fine, I responded. We started to go back into the dorm. How far did you go with Satan? Draco asked jealously. Not too far, LOL, I borked. Will you have to do with him? Draco asked angstily. I hope not too far, 111, I shouted angrily. Then I felt bad for shooting at him. I said sorry. We Frenched. What happened to Snipe? I growled. You will see, Draco giggled mischievously. He opened a door. Snap and Lumpkin was there. Sirius was pokering them by staging them with a black knife. No, please, Lumpkin begged as Sirius started to suck his blood. I laughed statistically. I talked some photons of him and Snap Bing torqued. Okay, I know this is mean, but think about it, people, they are pedos, and Snap tried to rap them. In any way, sadists rock. Has anyone seen Shrek Attack 3 LOL? We took some of Snipe's blood. Then Draco and I went back to our rooms. We sat on my gothic black coffin. My clothes were kind of dritty, so I put on a black leather outfit thingy, kinda like the one Suline has in Underworld. If you haven't heard of it, then fuck you. I put on some black platform high heels. Darko put on Desolation Livers by MCR. Then we started to take of each other's clauses. I talk of his shit and he had a 6-pack LOLs. We started to mac out lick in the grunge. He put his wetness in my you-know-what sexily. I gut an orgy. That was one of the hardest paragraphs to read this whole time. Oh, Draco. Oh, me fucking god, Draco, I screamed passively as he got in an eructation. I love you, Tabari, he whispered sexily, and then we fell asleep, lol. Chapter 34. Author's note. Shut the fuck up, preps. Have you even read the story? You are probably all just preps and posers, so fuck you. Thanks to Raven for the help. I woke up in the coffin the next day. Draco was gone. I got up and put on a black tight sexadures that was all ripped at the end. There was red corset stuff going up the front and the back, and it came up to my knees. There was a slit in the dress like in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I put on ripped black fishnets and black Stilton boots. Suddenly, Sorius cocked on the door. I opened it. Hi, Ebony, he said. Guess what? You have to come to Professor Sinistor's office. Okay, I said in a depressed voice. I had wanted to fuck Draco or maybe listen to MCR Evanescence. I came anyway. So what the fuck happened to Snipe and Lupin? I asked sorriously, flirtily. I fucking tortured them, he answered in a sadistic way. They are in Abkhasian now. LOL. I laughed evilly. Where are Draco and Vampira? I muttered. They are excused from school today. Sodomized moaned sexily. Right now they're watching The Nightmare Before Xmas. We went into the office. Professor Sinister was there. She was wearing a gothic black dress that was all ripped all over. It kinda like the one Amy Lee wears in this pig. HTTP, she was drinking some Volxamort serum. She took out the pensive and the time turner. Anabi, you will have to do another session now. Also, I need you to get me the cure for being addicted, she said sadly. Good luck. Thanks. And then I jumped into the pensive again. Suddenly I looked around. I was in the Great Hall eating Count Chorkula. It was morning. I was sitting next to Satan. On a table was a tall gothic man with long black hair, pale skin and blue eyes, wearing a suit and black Converse shoes. He looked just like Charlene Manson. I noticed he was drinking a portent. Who's he, 1-1, I asked. Oh, that's Professor Slutborn, Satan said. He's the portents teacher. Ebony? Yeah, I asked. Did you know that Marilyn Manson is playing at Hogsmeade tonight and they are showing The Exercise at the movies before that? Yeah? Well, want to go to the contort and the movie with me? Chapter 35. Author's note. Thanks to Susie for the idea, one, you rock. Fuck of prebs. Thanks to Raven for the help, you rock girl, 1. P.S. I'm going to end destroy really son, so fuck you, 111. Oh yeah. And if you know any gothic names, please tell me because I need one for serious. Thanks. I went into the conman room thinking of Satan. Suddenly I gasped. Draco was there. I grasped. He looked as hot as ever, wearing black leather pants, black Lunken Prack t-shirt, and black eyeliner. Draco, what the fuck are you dong? I gasped. Huh? He asked. Then I remembered. It wasn't Draco. It was Lucan. He still had 2 arms. Oh, hi, Lucian, I said. I'm Ebony, the new student. LOL, we shook hands. Yeah, Satan told me about you, Lucian said. He pinted to a group of sexy gothic guys. They were sighting in a corner, cutting. It was Sirius, Vampire's dad, and snap! All of them were wearing black eyeliner and black good Kraloot band shirts. Listen, I'm in a goth band with those guys, he said. We're playing tonight at the Marilyn Mason show as backup. Oh, really? I asked. Yeah, he said. We're called X Black X Tier X. I played tech gutter. Spartacus plays the drums, he said, pointing to him. Snap plays the bass, and James plays the guitar, too. Even though we call him Samara, after Samara in The Ring. Hey, bastards, I told them. They gave me Death's Touch Sin. Suddenly I gasped again. But you don't have a lead singer, I asked. Lucian looked Dawn sadly. We used to, but she did. She attempted suicide by slitting her wrists. Oh my fucking god, that's so fucking sad, one, I gasped. It's okay, but we need a new singer, Samara said. Well, I said, I'm in a band myself. Really? Asked Snap. I couldn't believe it. He used to be Gothic 111. Yeah, we're called Bloody Gothic Rose 666. Do you want to hear me sing? Yeah, said everyone. So the guys talk out their guitars. They began to play a song by. Get it? Cause bi guys are so sexa? Gurn Day. I walk disamped street on the ball of red of broken dreams. I sang sexily. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Everyone gasped. Anop B, will you join the band? Please one, begged Luciana, Samora, Sirius, and Snap. Okay, I shrugged. Are we going to play tonight? Yeah, they said. Okay, I said, but I knew that I had to get a new outfit. I walked outside wondering how I could go forward in time. Suddenly someone jumped in front of me. It was Morty McFly. He was wearing a black Benad Tershrit and black baggy jeans. What the hell are you doing here, 1-1, I asked. I will help you go frowad in time. In Tim Ennaby, he said seriously. Then he took out a black time machine. I went into it and suddenly I was forward in Tim. Chapter 36. Author's note. I said stop flaming, okay? I bet you are all probably old, 70-year-olds. P.S. Porter says you're a prep. Oh yeah, and thanks to Ravenford to help. Have fun in Anglond, girl. I looked around in a depressed way. Suddenly I saw Professor Sinister. Bull, Lottie Mary, Socrates, and Draco. Vampire and Willow were there too. OMFG, Sorius, I saw you and Samaro and Snip and everyone. I can't believe Snap used to be Gothic. Yeah, I know, Sirius said sadly. Hey there, bitch, Professor Trevelry said in an emo voice. Dern King some Volksamort Saram. Hi fucker, I said. Listen. Satin asked me out to a gothic cornet and a movie, so I need a sexy new outfit for the date. Also, I'm playing in a gothic band, so I need an outfit for that too. Oh, my Satan one, get it? Cause she's gothic? Gasped Bloody Mary. Want to go to Hot Topic to shop for your outfit? FS, let's have a group cutting session, 1-1, said Professor Trevelry. I can't wait for that, but we need to get some stuff first, said Willow. Yeah, we need some portions for Professor Trevelyan so she won't be addicted to Volksamort serum anymore, and also some love potion for Ennaby, Darko said resultantly. Well, we have potions in class now, Willow said, so let's go. We went sexily to potions class, but Snap wasn't there. Instead there was Cornelio, fuck! Hey, where the fuck is Dumbledore, 111, Draco shouted angrily. STFU, shooted Cornelia, fuck. He's an Azkabian now. With Snip and Lupin, he is old and weak, he has cancer. Do your work. My friends and I talked angrily. Can you Belev? Snap used to be Gothic, one vampire asked surprisedly. That's it, Cornelio Fook shooted angrily. I'm getting Professor Bridge. He stomped out angrily. Me friends and I began talking again. I began to drink some blood mixed with beer. Suddenly I saw Hargrid in the cupboard. WTF is he doing? I asked. Then I looked at Draco. He was wearing tons of eyeliner, and he looked sexier than ever. Suddenly, Hargriff, what the fuck are you doing? He shooted. I looked around. Hargrid was putting something in my glass of blood. Darko and Vampire started to beat him up sexily. God, you're such a poser, I shooted at Hargrid. Suddenly I looked at what he was putting in the blood. It was amnesia portion.